little thing to admit here, first of all. This morning early, I was looking for a power cable, and it was to a remote charger. And I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked in our garage and I looked all around in the areas and I just could not find it. And we really needed to use this little charger. And I thought, well, I probably have a cable that can work. I have a lot of extra cables in my office. And so I went back to my office and started looking through a lot of the cables, and they're pretty organized. I have them in bags and from all of the years, and I didn't discover anything. I tried a number of cables and nothing was going to be fitting this particular power cable. But in the midst of doing this, I realized I have hung on to these cables for years and I've not used them. Why am I hanging on to them? I have bags and bags and bags of cables, different cables. I need to get rid of them. And it was kind of convicting in a way of how I have used up all of this valuable space just with items that I would probably never use again. Technology has changed so much, first of all, and you're not going to use you might hang on to a couple of those, but very seldom will another type of technological item will it fit the same sort of power cable. So I just made a decision. I need to spend about 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's all it takes. I can set my timer and just gradually go through some of those bags and bags of items that I will never use again and get rid of them now at this point. I usually do that at this time of year with some of my filing, and I go through the paper files that I have and some of the other items, but I really need to do that with some of this equipment. So that was a little convicting to me. And a good outcome to the story, I did find the power cable. It was right inside the charging unit of all places, and I had not looked there. I didn't notice that little sticker on the side, and I was able to charge up that charger with no problem. And but it was good that I had to go through that sort of process, and it was also a good illustration of how important it is to do this once in a while of purging and of preparation, because it'll end up freeing up your time for other things that you are doing and of your mind. A lot of other people that are not the artistic sort of mindset, I look at their offices and they're very, very clean, very, very organized. But I go from one project to the next and it's harder for me to keep up with all of that. So it takes an assertion for me to actually put it into my schedule to take care of, especially in this field to where you have a number of different little doohickeys and plugs and connections and all sorts of equipment. And you want to make sure that you don't get rid of something that you're going to use. But there's a lot of things that I know I will not use. So that was good for me to go through today. Also, I'm going to be recording live my sing-along that I usually do. We do a sing-along in our home usually every season. I think this will be our 19th year that we've done that. But I also have started to do one online. And the hardest part of that is the setup, is to make sure that I get some levels that work okay. And I've gotten a little better at it. It's very tricky with an acoustic piano and vocal with that, and to make sure that your levels, you don't overblow them. And I've done plenty of that to where it'll cut out, and you just have to be careful with that. And I've learned some things now through the years of doing so many virtual presentations. But that's on my agenda, actually behind the scenes, that I will be doing that, getting that completely set up, because tomorrow, I will hopefully tomorrow morning early, go ahead and get that recording done at least to make sure I've got levels there, and then I'll end up releasing it as kind of a live stream, but that will be something that you can view other times. So anyway, that's a little behind the scenes for this season and what has been going on, and hopefully it inspires you in some area of your life as well. You may be so organized that you never have to do where you're getting rid of cables or getting rid of equipment that you're not using. but I'll probably hit that it applies in some area for you. I have a feeling. So I thought I'd be pretty transparent to say that, yeah, I need to work on that in my life and in my office. So I hope you have a wonderful holiday this season too, if you're watching this live, that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving coming up. And I'll look forward to being with you again next time.